Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I think it's around 12 noon. Um, Sunday. I should be in church, but I'm not. Um, Sometime Wednesday, I started coming down with my throat irritated, scratchy, and I thought maybe it was allergies. And then, I've been outside quite a bit doing some yard work the last few days. And let's see, Thursday afternoon, my throat got sore, and it's been that way. Um, and then this morning, I woke up all congested, all my sinuses um, up right here, and like this part of my chest is kind of congested. I'm drinking lots of water. In fact, this is caLLin purified water. Um, this bottle came from a case of water that my friends gave me the other day. They're subscribers of mine, and we've become friends. And we met out in Rockwall the other day in Hobby Lobby parking lot just to exchange some things. I had those 2 big skeins of cotton yarn to give her because she's been making soap sacks to donate to a veterans place. And I didn't expect that she'd have anything for me, but her and her husband bought me a case of this water. And, well, the other stuff I'll show you because, of course, it's at home. The reason why I'm out is because I ran to Kroger to get this. I love this. I don't know why I just did it that way. But back home, I used to buy this. And, um, and I just love it. It's, Alpine spiced apple cider, sugar-free instant drink mix, natural and of course artificial flavors. But the reason why I love it so much, and it says that it has rich in vitamin C. I'm down here at the lake, at the dam. I've thought while I'm out, before I go home, because once I get home, I will be locked in, except, going out into my chicken yard. I thought while I'm out, it's such a beautiful day. It's gotta be close to 60 degrees, sunny. I wish I could take a walk around here, but I'm not going to. And so that loud engine you hear is the train over there. But the reason why I love this is back home, back home, you could go to, when I was a kid, you could go to different parks in the wintertime for ice skating or sledding. There's a fly in here. And there would be people out there that would have big, big things of hot chocolate and also big things. Oh, my hands. Well, I'll hold on. Sorry about that. And big things of hot apple cider. And they would put cinnamon sticks in your cup, or you could have orange slices, lemon slices. And of course, that was a long time ago. And this brings back memories, even though this is in a box and it's just pouches. Thinking back, I don't remember how they kept those big pots of those drinks hot. I know now you can make your hot drinks if you're out in parks and things, and you can pour them in those crafts with the pump. But back then, I do remember them having them in big pots, big kettle-like things, and they had a ladle that they would scoop it out. And I don't remember that they had a little fire burning. They might have had an electric hot plate type thing for all I know. I don't remember. I just remember those big pots and how good that tasted when you're out there ice skating. I learned how to ice skate. Oh, I was probably 4 or 5, believe it or not. And I learned how to ice skate on a pond. And of course, sledding down big hills was fun, but not fun lugging that sled back up those hills. When I was a kid, the sleds that I had, maybe one of my cousins had, but I had, I guess it's really called a toboggan. It had the wooden seat, and those blades were so sharp. And my grandfather would teach me how to wax those blades with beeswax, with a block of beeswax. We would do it, supposed to make it go faster. Um, those are all good memories, but you know, I really don't miss that kind of weather at all. I know people say that the snow's pretty, and I guess when you see it fall on the trees, or when you're watching it fall down on, you know, a bare ground, and then the ground get pure white, that's pretty, but that don't last the whole winter. There may be some people that think it does, but it sure don't. It turns dirty between the dirt in the ground, and then if they get rain, there's mud, and underneath that pretty white snow a lot of times is black ice, which is very dangerous. I really don't miss any of it, and physically I wouldn't be able to handle it anymore. I've done years of shoveling, years of cleaning off my car, and when I was probably about uh, 8 or 9 years old, a cousin and me, we would go around with a broom, one of those short brooms. They're about like this long, and we would brush off people's cars to try to make a few dollars and offer to shovel people out. So when you're born and raised, you know, in a place where that's the kind of winter you have, you learn to do those things, and after time, it wears on your body. And with my um, physical conditions now, I just could not handle that. So I am, for now, where God would have me to be. I'll take the 100 degrees over anything. Now, when it gets 103 and up to 111, like we had this last summer, I am uncomfortable. But give me 100 degrees and I don't mind it. So when I get home, I'll be making a nice hot cup of this. And I don't have any cinnamon sticks, but I do have ground cinnamon. So I'll put a little bit of that in there. And I have a lemon. I could squeeze just a little bit of lemon juice. I don't feel like whatever all this junk is, that it's going to go any further. In Jesus' name, I'm praying against it. I'm praying, God, don't let it turn into a full-blown head cold. Don't let it turn into a chest cold, a bronchitis, nothing like that. Just let it pass quickly. Even today, God's able to touch me and make me feel better all over. It's just so annoying to have that pressure up in your sinuses, and then sneezing. Oh boy. Sneezing for me, this is the truth. You can look it up. Sneezing for me is very, very painful, and it can even be dangerous with the Chiari malformation especially. And so I have sneezed, I think, once or twice today, and I'm hoping that's the end of it. But I just could not make church today, and you know, God gives us wisdom. I don't want to go there and be sneezing during service, or if it is a little cold, I don't want to go spread my germs. So I stayed home, and I don't plan on going tonight. I plan on going to bed early and getting caught up on rest because, excuse me, because last night I didn't sleep very good. I also wanted to show you this while I have it in the car next to me. My chickens, you know, were out of food. I had to wait for my Social Security check to come in. I mean, I had scraps to give them, but it's good for them to have scratch. that you buy at the store, because it has corn in it and wheat and other things. During this time of year, I was going to say when it's cold, and here it is almost 70, but you know, we have had a few cold nights and cold mornings and even cold days. Um, the chickens, from what I've read the last 5 years, they don't really need the lay pellets. If you have it and you give it to them, it's okay. And if you want to give it to them, that's fine. But it's not really necessary during the cold months, because they need other things like the scratch and snacks that have protein to help keep them warm. And if they do decide to lay an egg, mine have stopped for now. It takes a lot of energy from them to lay an egg. And so things with protein, you know, really helps with that. And so anyway, I think yesterday or the day before, it had to be Friday or Saturday, instead of going all the way down to caLLin to get 5 or 10 pounds of the chicken scratch, which isn't very much money, I went to Tractor Supply. I was trying to figure out what's going to be my better deal. Although I love that feed store in caLLin, you know that I do. I figured I need to get something that will last a while, so that I'm not making the trip all the time down to there. And so I figured it all out, and this came out to be the better deal. I got this big bag, and look at who's on the front, Lady Jane. Here comes the train. Maybe I can show you the train. Well, where is it? I don't think you saw it. It's still going. So this big bag, it's organic scratch grains, and it for chickens, duck, geese, and turkeys to supplement a complete diet. Encourages instinctive pecking and scratching behaviors. And it was 35 pounds. Now they had another bag that was not Purina brand, and it was, this is 35, it was 25 pounds, and it didn't have the word organic, which I don't care, because just because. And it had just about all the same stuff, mixed grains and things like that, but it was, the 25-pound bag was only, I think, $7 or $8 cheaper than the 35-pound bag. And so now I didn't get it because it says organic. I didn't get it because it's Purina. I got it because I got more pounds for my dollar. I paid I think $24 and some tax for that, but that is gonna last. I filled up the galvanized bucket with it, and then I also filled up that little white popcorn tin that Sandy from Left is Right Crochet with Sandy had sent me. And they're loving it, and I knew that they would, because it has just about everything in it that I buy down in caLLin, from what I can see. I'm trying to read what's in it, but it's just telling me mixed grains. Yep. Now I think a while back there was a lot of talk on YouTube and different places from chicken people. I think they were saying they were having trouble when they bought Purina. like their chickens stopped laying eggs and things like that. But you know what? I had bought from Tractor Supply during that time a big thing of lay pellets, but I don't know if it was Purina. I don't think it was. I think I bought the one that begins with a D. Yeah. And my landlord wasn't having trouble getting eggs. I don't know. You have to know your chickens, and your chickens want you to know them. You know, my chickens, they don't like certain things. There's certain greens that they don't like, and other things they just love. I keep looking at this beautiful Lady Jane. Lady Jane is really coming along as far as her feathers, her new feathers coming in, but she's not doing so good with that foot. I have been, when I go to let them out in the morning, I go in the coop and I lift her up off of the roosting bar, and I carry her outside. That way there she's not having to jump down from a roosting bar. But she still, you know, has to get around during the day on that foot. And I noticed this morning she was having a hard time. And that makes me feel bad. And I guess I can show you this. It probably won't mean anything. This is just a plastic bag that I think when I lived back home, this is how old this bag is. You can see it has a hanger and then it zips. And I remember what I bought in this. There was a store closing, Ames, and they were having a big closeout sale, and I bought valances. I lived in a small apartment that had small windows, and I didn't want to block out the natural light. All I did was put up a valance, and 2 valances came in this bag, and I saved the bag for storage. And good thing I did, because look, so inside this bag is all different size lids, plastic lids. Like this is from sour cream. These, I don't know what from. Just different things. These big ones might have been from, well, this one doesn't say, no, but maybe from coffee. I really don't know. And the reason why I saved them, we can see this one is marked up. And this one is marked up on the edge. Can anyone guess why? These I've saved and I use them in Sunday school. If when we do a craft, if we're needing a circle for our craft, I take these out and let the kids trace. That's why they got marker on them. And I have also traced them and cut them out, and I've written the kids' Bible verse on them to give to them and let them put stickers on it and all that. And so I've had them at home in my Sunday school teacher's bag. We do have a big Sunday school cabinet in the classroom, but you know, sometimes some teachers go through that cabinet to clean it out. I don't anymore. I used to be very particular about cleaning it. Like all the construction paper, I would take it out and I'd stack up all the red, all the yellow, all the orange, all the green, put them all together and make a nice pile of them all, and then put them back up in the cabinet. I would get all the bottles of glue, and I had a storage container I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'd put paper towel on the bottom of it, and I'd take all the bottles of glue and make sure they were closed, and I'd tip them all upside down, stack them all in there so that whoever taught the next Sunday, if they needed glue, they wouldn't have to fight with those bottles. You know, the glue would be down near the top. And I would spend so much time organizing like that, because that's just something that I do. But after a while, I learned it wasn't worth it, because even when I teach, I have some older kids that I feel like, you know, if they say, if they're sitting at the table, all the kids, and one of the older kids says, I would like a piece of purple paper and some scissors. Well, you know, you're 11, 12 years old. You can just go to the cabinet and help yourself while I'm working with a 4-year-old. I don't say that, of course, and I don't mean it to be ugly, but it's impossible to wait on all of them on hand and foot. And thank God we don't have demanding kids like that. And so anyway, when you let kids get into that cabinet, your stack of construction paper that was organized by color is not going to last that way. And is it a big deal? It's not a big deal. Kids are going to be kids, and I love to see them help themselves to what they need and use it to make a craft, to help them learn what I taught them. And I know the other teachers feel the same way. And so I think, oh, I could show you the train that way. No. I think some of the other teachers have learned that lesson too, that you cannot keep a Sunday school cabinet in order. And so the reason, getting back to the reason why I've kept these at home, is you never know if something might get tossed out by mistake, you know. And so what I'm gonna do, the reason why they're in the car though, is I put them in the car last night planning to go to church today. And we are, if they didn't start today, we are planning to divide the Sunday school class up according to age. So we're going to have two Sunday school classes. And I brought these to give to one of the teachers who's going to be teaching the little kids. And I wanted to show her what I used to use them for. And she can put them in the cabinet, or she can throw them out. I don't think she will. She'll probably appreciate it, and I'm sure they'll be used, because I'm going to move on to the older kids class. I'll be teaching ages 7 to 12. Not every Sunday. We have other teachers that we're rotating with, but I'm going to take the older kids, and I don't need all these. I have some more, I think, at home that I can put aside if the older kids, if we do some kind of craft that needs a circle, this will be great. But I want to give this to that one that's going to be working with the other teachers with the little kids. And so if you're a teacher, a Sunday school teacher, or I don't know how the public schools are now, if they have art classes, I don't know. But if you work with kids doing arts and crafts, save your plastic lids on things, because they come in handy. I'll tell you that. Such a beautiful day. Now there's a bale of hay over there. It looks like someone dumped, because there's the pile of wood there I had shown you before that the county put when they cleared out all down there. But there's a bale of hay, and I don't know if that is like hay people used to decorate with, or you know what, it must be, because why would someone dump a bale of hay that they would use for cows or goats or anything? So yeah, that's what that's there. I don't know why they dumped it there though. My chickens have been going bonkers over that pumpkin I have in my yard. They ate through the other one, and so what was left of it I threw out because it was attracting some flies. And then this other pumpkin, I have just left it there. I didn't poke a hole in it to get them started pecking at it like I did with the other one. I have just left it there, and every now and then I'll go out and I'll turn it upside down or put it on its side so that different sides of it can start to get soft. And I don't know when I noticed it, they have been pecking it, and they actually broke a big piece of it off, and yesterday Lady Jane was eating off that piece, which is great for her. And there was something going on YouTube with chicken people. I forget what it was called. It was like chickens carving pumpkins, and people would get pumpkins and they would start to carve it, you know, make like a triangle in it or make like a circle, and then just leave it there. and see how long it would take their chickens to start, you know, going after it. I didn't I didn't do all that. The first pumpkin that I put down, I did make just a little hole in it to get them started, but this other pumpkin, they've done it all on their own. And so I think I'm gonna get home. That's all I have here to show you. Yep. Can't wait to get home and have this. And we'll see if later how I feel. Maybe I could do the video showing you the other things that my friends gave me when we met up. There is one thing in the back, but it's really big. It's a comforter they gave me, and it's been washed and all that, and they had put it in a big bag. It's right there, but I don't feel like wrestling with it to show you. But oh, that case of water, I mean, what a blessing that was. Her husband put it in my back seat, and I took my time taking, you know, a few bottles at a time out and into the trailer. But I love water, and I'm thankful that sometimes someone from church will come by and leave me a case, or if they know that I'm down sick for days and days, you know, someone will call and say if I need soup or whatever. Just so many caring people. For me to get a case of water from the store is very hard. I have to look for someone that's helpful. First of all, to lift it into the carriage or buggy so that I can check out with it. And then if I see one of those kids pushing carts, you know, in the parking lot, I'll usually ask one of them if they could lift it and put it in my car, and I give them $1. And then other times I just have to, while it's in the carriage, I have to take out a few bottles at a time to put in my car, and then I have to do that same way to get it in the house. One way or another, I get it, but I just can't lift it with the problem with this left shoulder. You know, after I had this surgery the first time, the orthopedic surgeon's order was not to lift anything heavier than a coffee cup. Imagine that, even though I'm right-handed and all the surgery was on the left side, I never have eaten or drank anything with my left hand. Even before the surgery, I never did. I was raised right-handed, but that was his order. And I don't know why he said that when I'm right-handed. But it has been hard not to do the things that I used to do, like lift a case of water. I used to be able to lift a case of water. I had to be real careful, and it was probably a big no-no with the syringomyelia to do that. But anyway, God has been good. So just a little thought like that. I wonder if I can encourage you, if you know a neighbor or someone from your church, or maybe someone you work with that has trouble with mobility. You know, everyone needs water. Maybe you could pick them up a case of water. It doesn't have to be a big case like with 32 or however big they are. There's some cases of water, I think, that are like 12. And even at the Dollar Tree, there's the ones that have 6 bottles of water. If you picked up one of those or 2 of those and brought it to someone that you know that has mobility problems, I'm sure they'll be thankful. I know that I am. I'm thankful for that couple. They would like to remain anonymous, but I will say that they don't live too far from me, and we have gotten to be pretty good friends. So I'm gonna head home, make myself a cup of that hot apple cider, and we'll see if I can't do a video much later today. All right, I'll talk to you later.